What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. Here's why I feel like the Clippers aren't really worried too much about the Patrick Beverley situation of him being traded to the Lakers, since I would say that it's official now, or at least it seems to be official. First of all, the Clippers have a championship caliber roster. And on top of that, if you want to be technical, they have a championship caliber roster without the services of Patrick Beverley. And they made the play-in tournament last year without Kawhi Leonard, without PG, their two best players, and without the services of Patrick Beverley. And when you think about the team they have now, adding John Wall to the team, along with, the rest of the crew and everything, and the other pieces that they added in Robert Covington and Norman Powell. I mean, at this point, it's sad and it's a bad thing at the same time that Patrick Beverley went to the Lakers, or that is, signed to the Lakers. But of course, it wasn't all up to him. Of course, there had to, management made the decision and all that type stuff as well. And, how all that goes. But at the same time, it's not hurting the Clippers at all, because the Clippers have recovered and rebounded from the specialty that Patrick Beverley does, which a lot of people find to be confusing, or what a lot of people might find themselves asking themselves, what specialty does Patrick Beverley have? Now, he's very feisty. He's very pesky on defense, and he's very irritant. He's an irritant type player, and he's the type player where you love him if he's on your team and you hate him if he's not on your team. And I will say this, he will definitely try to rub things in the Clippers' face whenever the Clippers do lose, or if they happen to lose to the Lakers once again, or at some time in the future or something like that. Because I think the Clippers have beaten the last 8 times or so. So it seems like the Clippers never lose to the Lakers. But, whenever it does happen in the future, maybe possibly this year they might play 4 or 5 times or something like that. Maybe the Lakers might win 1 or 2, maybe out of 4 or 5 games if they play against each other. And Patrick Beverley will try to rub it in their face the same way he did with the, Minnesota Timberwolves, situation. But at the same time, I think that, Patrick Beverley is just going to find himself being a package deal. And as I said before about Patrick Beverley, like I said, he brings a different edge to a team. He will bring that. He will bring that intensity, and he will be ready for any opportunity that they have in regards to whoever they play. But at the same time, skill-wise, he's just not that great, in regards to talents of, being the type of player that has ultimate skill that can put a team over the hump in regards to winning a championship or anything like that. I think he's a good part of a team that can possibly win a championship, pending on if they have all the other right pieces and he's just an extra added piece. Yes. But as far as him being the guy that can actually really put a team over the hump, he's not going to do all that for the Lakers. But at best, for the Lakers, with the defense that he can play and things like that, I think he can help them a little bit on the defensive end, maybe get them to a playoffs or a play-in tournament spot. I could see that possibly, but other than that, I really don't see much more that he can add to the Lakers by making them better. And I know they're making this like it's a big trade or something like that, only because they're making it out like it's a big trade because he used to play for the Clippers, and it's like they're trying to throw this back in the Clippers' face. But if I were the Clippers, I definitely would not be worried about this, because like I said before, Patrick Beverley is good, but at the same time, he's not like a great player, or he's not like a really, really, really good player that is going to make a break or make a difference, or that much of a difference to the Lakers. I think he can, like I said, I think his toughness and his edge that he brings can, I think what it can do, honestly, I think it can, better their situation in regards to possibly making the play-in tournament or something like that. But the Lakers are not going to be like a championship team all of a sudden, because the way they're making this trade out to be that they got Patrick Beverley, you think they got Kawhi Leonard or something like that on the Lakers or something. The way they're making this trade out to be such a big deal, and there's really nothing to it at all. You see what I'm saying? Even though it is, a a trade for Patrick Beverley in a better situation for Patrick Beverley than the Utah Jazz, because the Utah Jazz just suck. They always have, and I've never been a fan of theirs. I don't even know nobody who's ever been a fan, except maybe, well, I take that back, maybe one or two people that I've known, but they were actually from Utah. So, I mean, born and raised there, so that's different. But other than that, I mean, I just think that, this trade with Patrick Beverley is going to get blown over a little bit too much. And I think the Clippers are just right in the middle of it. And I definitely understand that because, he played for the Clippers, and that's the only team I actually personally saw him playing for, even after he went to Minnesota, and that didn't work out in Minnesota. Then he ended up going to Utah. I just thought he'd find his way back to LA and, the black and white or blue and red instead of the purple and gold. You see what I'm saying? So it didn't work out that way. He's with the Lakers now, more power to him there. But I think the Clippers have nothing to worry about because, like I said, the talent that he does bring, which is edge, toughness, those type things. I mean, honestly, like I said, they got that in Marcus Morris, the edge part, the toughness. They got that in a lot of players on the Clippers. And defense, if you think that he is a defensive guru, which some people might, and most people probably don't. If you think that, then they got defense. They got better defense in a player like Robert Covington. Then you got Norman Powell plays a little defense. Of course, look at all other players on the team that plays defense. So it's like they're not missing Patrick Beverley by any means. Really, it's more like good riddance to him in some type of way. I shouldn't say good riddance because, I do like Patrick Beverley. It's just that, to me, he should still be on the Clippers more than any other team. And he should have just took what the Clippers gave him in regards to the money that he was, trying to, there was a money issue with the Clippers, of course, about a year ago. And that's the reason why he went to Minnesota and all this stuff has happened. But at the same time, that's my point. He should have just took the money that the Clippers were going to give him because, honestly, he just might be a journeyman from here on out. He might run from team to team to team. Honestly, he might be on the Lakers until All-Star break, and they might actually end up letting him go, depending on what their record is, depending on how they play, and depending on whether they can use him or utilize him as a package deal to send off with somebody like Westbrook to get a Kyrie Irving or something like that. And that's why I said I just think that Patrick Beverley is really just going to be a journeyman more so now than anything. I don't think you're going to see Patrick Beverley be on a team for like 5-6 years or to the end of his career or something like that. I just think that he's going to just kind of travel around unless he lands on a team that wins a championship, and maybe they keep him, or maybe they go far in the playoffs. Maybe they keep him, but it's highly unlikely that will happen. But at the same time, he is where he is. The Clippers are where they are. And the Clippers are in a lot better position to do a lot more than the Lakers right now. So, I don't think the Clippers are really hurting over the situation. I don't think Patrick Beverley is either. But at the same time, the Clippers have a job to do and a journey to go on themselves, which is the quest to win a championship. And whether that's with Patrick Beverley or not, they still got the same mindset and they still feel confident in what they have. And they're moving forward. And Patrick Beverley and the Lakers are moving forward with the situation. So there's no need to really blow it over, even though the media is. So just try to keep all that stuff out your head and tune most of that stuff out, because as I said before, the Clippers are en route to possibly win a championship. The Lakers might possibly be en route to make a play-in tournament. So we'll see what happens. But at the same time, like I said, it is what it is. And I can't wait for the season to come. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.